All right, so let's talk about strings. Strings is, of course, a combination of or alphanumeric characters, meaning it can have letters and numbers and letter or numbers and so on. You declare the string just by saying basically a string. So this is a some string, which is of type string, and I can say whatever, John 123 or John or special characters. All of these things are basically string. Now, strings are obviously inside the quotes, and Kotlin can also infer the type of string, so you don't really need to put a string. If you assign it a value which is a string, Kotlin will know that, well, this is a string. If you want to do append the string together, so if I say some string plus equals to do, right now you're going to see that this is complaining because we have declared it with val. So let's go ahead and say var, and if you go ahead and print the string, this is basically you're concatenating two different strings. And I can go ahead and run this, and it will say John Doe right over here. Cool, right? What about if you want to inject something in the string, like string templates? And this is pretty easy to do also. So let's go ahead and create a string. I will say the string is John, and I want to create a greeting. So greeting message, which is hello. And now if I want to inject the value of name over here, I will simply use the $sign and the name of the variable or the constant, which in this case is name. And now if I run this, it's going to say hello, and then it's going to get the value of the name constant, which is John. So let's go ahead and print it out. I can print out the greeting, and you will see that it will say hello and John. There we go. Now at this point you might be wondering, okay, hold on a second, what if I want to do some calculation also, right? So what about if I say something like this, val number 1 equals to 10, val number 2 equals to 23, and I want to say val result equals to n1 multiply by n2, which is this, equals to, now how do I do? Should I do like this, n1 multiply by n2? Well, close, but what we will do is we will take out these $sign and we will put this in the quotes, and we will put the $sign outside of the, not the quotes, sorry, curly brackets. And now I can go ahead and print out the result. So what's going to happen is that this is just a string, and this will be evaluated and then injected at this particular position. So if I go ahead and run this right now, you will see it's going to say 10 multiplied by 23 is 230. Great, right? Let's talk about multi-line string. This is pretty cool functionality in Kotlin. So if I want to create a multi-line string, I can say something like whatever, big string, and I will use 3 quotes and 3 quotes here at the closing, and now I can write anything I want. So I can say this is line 1, and this is line 2, and this is line 3, and this is line 4. And you can obviously inject over here also if you want to. And then finally I can go ahead and print out the big string. So let's go ahead and run this. And you'll see multi-line in action. You can see, nice, right? And that's pretty much it for the strings. I would say play around with strings because you will be using strings a lot in Kotlin or any other programming language. You will use strings for storing the values and all that stuff. So